Hello and welcome to NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. In compliance with the Supreme Court's directives giving relaxation and restrictions under stage 3 and 4 of the GRAP, the CAQM has now ordered state governments in the NCR region to ensure all classes up to 12th are conducted in hybrid mode. That is both physical and also online. Wherever the online mode is feasible, the option is to exercise online mode of education wherever it is available shall vest with the students and their parents.
Supreme Court in today's hearing directed the CAQM to consider relaxing the restrictions in the physical classes of schools, colleges and educational institutions in the Delhi NCR region. So after which the CAQM has ordered the state governments in the NCR that they shall ensure that all classes up to 12th standard are conducted in a hybrid mode, both in physical and also online mode, wherever online mode is feasible. So the CAQM has reconsidered these restrictions in the view of the factors as asked by the bench, which includes that some students were being deprived of the facility of midday meals as schools and anganwadis were closed. So definitely it will come as a relief for those students who were being deprived of these midday meals, and also a large number of students were not having the facility of electronics for attending the online classes, and a lot of residents of large number of students were not having air purifiers as well, and therefore there was no difference between the children sitting at home and children attending the school. This is what the court said. After which the CAQM has ordered, and the court left it to CAQM to decide about the continuation of the ban on conducting physical classes of 10th and 12th standard by tomorrow, and after which the CAQM has released this order that in Delhi NCR all the classes up to 12th standard are conducted in a hybrid mode, both in physical as well as online mode, and definitely it is going to come as a relief for the students, for the economically backward students who were being deprived of the midday meals and also the electronic devices, unavailability of electronic devices.
DMK minister has made a big message to allies. In fact, the DMK has now ruled out alliance with others and has said won't share power if we get another term in Tamil Nadu. Now, this happened amid actor Vijay, who has recently formed a political party's attempt to woo DMK allies. Tamil Nadu Minister I. Perasamy has said there is no coalition government in Tamil Nadu, never given share in power to others.
திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தை பொறுத்தளவில் ஒத்த கருத்துடைய இயக்கங்கள் காங்கிரஸ் பெரிய இயக்கம், மார்க்சிஸ்ட் கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சி, எல்லா சிறுபான்மை இயக்கம், அது நம்ம இருக்கக்கூடிய முஸ்லீம் லீக் தொடர்ந்து 67லேருந்து கூட்டணியில் இருக்காங்க. இப்போ நேற்று வரல, அது அவங்க விருப்பம், எங்களுக்கு அதை பற்றி இல்லை. ஆனால் கூட்டணிங்கிறது கூட்டணி ஆட்சிங்க நடக்கலை, திமுக ஆட்சி தான் நடக்குது. ஆட்சியில் யாருக்கும் நாங்கள் பங்கு வழங்கியதே கிடையாது. கூட்டணி இருக்கும், எத்தனை கட்சி வந்தாலும் கூட்டணி இருக்கும், இடம் காப்பாங்க, கொடுப்போம், அவ்வளோதான். ஆட்சியில் பங்கு என்பது எப்பொழுதும் கொடுத்ததே இல்லை.
Sam Daniel now joins me on the phone line for more details on this. Sam, just put this in perspective. Why is the minister making such a claim? They already are in fact sharing power with the Congress party, though Congress is a junior partner in Tamil Nadu.
Well, Ankit, the ruling DMK alliance has been winning 3 consecutive elections. The 2019 and 2024 Lok Sabha elections it swept, and the 2021 assembly elections. And now it's gearing up for the 2026 assembly elections. And with the AIADMK on a weak wicket after Jayalalitha's death and losing 3 elections consecutively, the party is quite optimistic as things stand now that it will win a second term. Although there is a Vijay factor now. Over the last few months, at least a few allies, including the VCK and the CPM and also partly the Congress, have been suggesting tacitly that it's only fair if the ruling DMK shares power with allies if it wins the second consecutive term. It's in that context to nip this kind of a demand to nip it in the bud. The DMK leadership seems to have made it very clear that they join hands with like-minded parties, but there's no question of sharing power. On the other hand, the allies feel that while the DMK is able to win elections one after the other, with their support, in the context of no single party would be able to get an absolute majority if they fought alone, they only feel it's fair if they're also given a share in the power. It's in this context now the DMK has made it clear. But the other interesting developments would be, Vijay on the other hand, who has launched his party, has announced that probably targeting the allies of DMK, that he would share power with them if his party wins elections.
Okay.
On the other hand, the AIADMK, which is on a weak wicket now, is also desperately trying to woo some of the allies of the DMK. And it has snapped twice with the BJP, so it's no longer seen as an untouchable party, which means the odds are against the DMK. Chances of its allies possibly switching if required is a kind of a ground reality.
Okay.
But still the party has hardened its position, saying alliance is there, but no share of power.
Thank you so much for joining us with all those details. Sam Daniel reporting on this story from Tamil Nadu. Moving on, a royal controversy in Udaipur after the coronation of BJP MLA Vishwaraj Singh Mewar as the 77th Maharana of Mewar. This has led to a standoff with his cousin, Dr. Laksharaj Singh Mewar, at the gates of the historic palace, city palace in Udaipur, with Vishwaraj being refused entry into the palace, which is now run by the trust managed by his cousin and uncle. Now, the dispute, in fact, there have been reports that there was stone pelting that also took place. The supporters, in fact, broke the barricades and tried to get close to the city palace gates, while the police was trying to control the crowd. Harsha Kumari Singh, my colleague, now joining us with more details at this moment. It used to be a tale, Harsha, in olden days of betrayal and of fights for the crown. It is now playing out live as we speak.
Well, the dispute actually really is about visiting a temple which is inside the city palace, which is run by the city palace, by the Maharana Mewar Museum Trust. So today, earlier in the day, according to old traditions, Vishwaraj, who incidentally is also the MLA from Rajsamand, was formally crowned the 77th Maharana of Mewar. Of course, it's only a symbolic title now, but in a state like Rajasthan, where traditions and customs are still followed, one of the young erstwhile nobles sort of cut his thumb on a sword and very gallantly anointed him with blood. So this was the kind of coronation that took place in the historic Chittorgarh fort. And after that, the tradition is that the Maharana goes to do, darshan inside the Duni Mata temple. The Duni Mata temple itself has a very, very interesting legend. It is believed that that Chittor was constantly under attack by the Mughals, and it is believed that when the Rajput kings of Mewar wanted to shift away from Chittor because it was so constantly besieged, they went towards Udaipur side, and there apparently they saw this hill where a smoke was coming out. And there a saint met the king and told him that, you make your new kingdom here and you will be safe. And so that's why this Duni Mata, this is the place where this is where the legend goes, and this is where that temple is built. So it's really revered in the royal family of Mewar. And the tradition is that after coronation or any special occasion, they first go and take blessings at that temple. Then they go to the Ekling temple. The Ekling temple is another very ancient Shiv temple situated a little away from the city of Udaipur, and that's where the mourning ends for the Maharana, and then he proceeds home. So till he does not complete these two rituals, he actually cannot come home. Now this standoff that happened where the museum trust has refused to allow the Maharana to come in. So now Vishwaraj is sitting at the gates, and there's been this standoff at the city palace, where there's some stone pelting which has also been reported.
Harsha, thank you for joining us with all those details. Now, after the Mahayuti's big victory in Maharashtra, all eyes are on now who's going to be the next chief minister. Discussions are underway, and it is expected that Amit Shah is soon going to meet all the top leaders of BJP, the Shinde Sena and NCP, Ajit Pawar.
महाराष्ट्र में लोगों ने रिकॉर्ड तोड़ लैंडस्लाइड जीत महायुति को दी है महायुति ने जिस तरीके से गए 2.5 साल में परफॉर्म किया, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ जी शिंदे साहब के नेतृत्व में जिस तरीके से अलग अलग योजनाएं, जिस तरीके से डेवलपमेंट का काम, सिर्फ डेवलपमेंट, उसके सिवाय जो है कुछ बात हम लोग ने 2.5 साल नहीं की, लोगों तक हम लोग पहुंचे। मोदी जी के पास जो हमने मांगा गए 2.5 साल में, वो सब देने का काम भी केंद्र के माध्यम से हुआ। अरे मैं कार्यकर्ता हूँ छोटा, अभी सब नेता बैठेंगे, डिसाइड करेंगे और फिर आपको पता चल जाएगा।
There is no difference between the three parties. We worked excellently. We had a little setback in the Lok Sabha for various other reasons. But this time, all the three parties, all the workers worked with each other hand in hand, and we won the elections. We won the confidence of the people of Maharashtra. And this is a spectacular victory, unprecedented. That's why it puts much more responsibility on us to behave and act responsibly. I don't see any problem. The issue of formation of government will be resolved in the next few days. हमारे सरकार जो आज है उसमें एक मुख्यमंत्री, 2 उप मुख्यमंत्री हैं, तो स्वाभाविक है कि 3 पार्टी होने से ये फॉर्मूला लगभग हमारा आगे भी कायम रहेगा।
Meanwhile, enthused by the party's victory across 6 assembly segments in recently concluded by-polls, TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee has demanded a leadership change in India bloc. In exclusive conversation with my colleague Aishwarya, he hit out at the Congress party and said Mamata Banerjee should lead the India bloc.
Trinamool Congress MP Kalyan Banerjee is with me. Kalyan da, why now again these voices have been raised? You are saying Mamata Banerjee should lead the opposition. She is a stronger leader than any other leader in the opposition bloc. Every political party wants their own leader to be the one who can lead the opposition. Why Mamata Banerjee?
Listen, I am not saying every political parties will, of course, say that my leader should be the opposition, leader of the opposition. That's a very correct thing, correct approach. There is no difficulties to understand. For last 3 or 4 years, what they have done? That in a India alliance, there is who is the leader? Nobody has been chosen as leader, as a face of the opposition. Now it has to be done. Now Congress has failed. That is established. Congress leaders have tried. Haryana, they have failed. Maharashtra, they have failed. It is not only for the, it is that the Congress has lost anything only. It is all we are the Indian alliance who are there. We have lost. We repose our confidence on the Congress. Congress could not achieve the result. Try to understand our point. We are also expecting that Congress will do better in Haryana. Congress will do better in Maharashtra. Sharad Pawar will do better in Maharashtra. So that the non-BJP government would be formed. But they have destroyed our dreams. Therefore, these leaders have destroyed the dreams of us. That has to be accepted. Now you have to take the ground reality. You see, by-election has happened. Last you have seen 3 or 4 months, everyone has criticized Mamata Banerjee. But 6 seats out of 6, we have won it. Despite all criticism. And we have won by margin of 1,10,000. People have reposed confidence on Mamata Banerjee. Bengal's people. Peoples of all over India also prefer Mamata Banerjee. May not be she is not there, her party is not there. But people of country loves Mamata Banerjee. Why? Because of her fighting character. Because she was member of parliament for 7 terms. Because she was a railway ministers and other ministers, made all development. She is having all sorts of qualities, among better qualities, better experience and qualities than the whoever is the leader on opposition. It is not a question of ego. It is nothing. If it is Mamata Banerjee has not been done, I will not be shocked. But if it has happened, it is leaders of the all political opposition parties to rethink over the matter.
So, but then
it is not a question of ego.
But then questions are also raised on the unity of opposition as well.
That's the reason unity of the opposition has to be made by making a leader. If you don't make a leader, how there can be unity? Someone has to drive the car.
Is there a Israel-Lebanon ceasefire on the cards? Because the Israeli cabinet is likely to vote on a ceasefire deal. Israel and Lebanon conflict could be, in fact, ending. Now, reports suggest that Israel is moving closer to a Lebanon ceasefire deal. Proposal of 2-month ceasefire. Israeli forces will withdraw from Lebanon and Hezbollah will end armed presence from the southern border. International panel is likely to monitor this ceasefire deal.
There is cautious optimism here in the region that something may actually be achieved with regards to this ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, with that Israeli Security Cabinet meeting happening, as you mentioned, on Tuesday. Now, once again, cautious optimism, but we have certainly seen a lot of these ceasefire efforts fall through in the past. Now, one of the main sticking points, according to the Israelis, is that Israel wants the freedom to respond militarily to Hezbollah if this ceasefire is in any way violated. Now, there is a bit of pushback when it comes to the far right wing here in Israel. They're basically urging the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to reconsider, saying that it is not too late, while a number of these northern mayors have been calling this a surrender deal. Now, from what we do understand, this would be mainly based around UN Security Resolution 1701. It would actually be monitored by a 5-party body headed up by the United States. And what it will basically mean is that these Hezbollah fighters, they need to move further north, back behind the Litani River, while these Israeli troops, they actually need to completely pull out of Lebanon. Now, as these ceasefire efforts continue, so too do hostilities. There have been a number of airstrikes in the east of Lebanon over the past hours in the Baalbek region. We do understand that 9 people have been killed there. There have also been strikes down in the south, in the Tyre region, with some 15 people killed there. That is according to Lebanon's health ministry. Well, there's been a fresh evacuation order and reported strikes in the southern areas of Beirut. While here in Israel, red alert sirens continue to ring out, the result of missiles and drones being sent into Israeli territory by Hezbollah. Sarah Coates for NDTV, Tel Aviv.
Meanwhile, fast bowlers have struck gold at the auction of the IPL on day 2, and there is also a teen crorepati, teenage batting sensation, has become a millionaire. Vaibhav Suryavanshi has been paid over $1 crore by Rajasthan Royals, and there has been big bucks for the pace bowlers. In fact, fast bowlers. Bengaluru has splurged on Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and several top stars on the second day went unsold. Meanwhile, top investment firm GQG Partners backed the Adani Group, saying the Adani Group is well positioned for the future as fundamentals of the companies remain sound. GQG Partners in the statement has said it recognizes the distinction of the allegations of the individuals versus companies, and it believes the fundamentals of the companies it's invested in remain sound. It also said that as with the other holdings, the team continues to do research and reassess the situation, but as of now, they have not changed their view on the prospects of these investments.
Investors in the Indian equity market will be fairly familiar with the context in which we are speaking today, and that has to do with an indictment that emerged from the US. There are allegations that were made against certain individuals of the Adani Group, and that's exactly what GQG, which is a very large investment firm globally, has spoken about in a memo that was sent out to investors. Now, what it has said is that the indictment is on employees and not on the group. It has made this clarification and this qualification absolutely clear. It has also said that the allegation is against one company of the very large group, that is Adani Green, and not any other companies. The other companies in the world, and there are very large companies in the world that have faced similar allegations, and I'll just read out the list. The likes of Airbus, Pfizer, Walmart, and several others. And they've seen their activity, their business activity, continue over the course of investigations and proceedings in court. Now, they expect that a case like this is likely to take some time. It could head into the Trump presidency, where you will have a new attorney general that presides over this case. And they expect that over a period of time, there will be a look at the various allegations that have been made. The very clear statement that has been made by the Adani Group is that the Adani Group's, the individuals that have been named are innocent until proven guilty, and that's something that they maintain as well. They have been very large investors in several group companies of the Adani Group, and they maintain that despite the fall that you've seen in the prices around the 20th of this month, they are still positive in their portfolios. As of the 21st of November, the exposure to the Adani Group stood at $8.1 billion. Very clear statement that they've made is that they expect that the fundamentals of the companies that they've invested in are sound, and they will continue to be so. The fundraising requirements are for Adani Green and not any of the other group companies. There is no sign right now that any of the Indian lenders are going to shut off funding for the group, so that's not a concern either. They expect that this is something that the Adani Group will take on the chin and move forward with confidence, and they aren't going anywhere as investors. They've said that they will review their portfolio, but they don't expect to change the kind of investment that they've had in the group.
That's all the time that we have in this edition at this moment. News and updates will continue here on NDTV. Stay tuned.